for the Lakers job?
I don't know if I have a clean answer for that, Max. I don't know if the Lakers do either. They made a decision that is always a complicated one in the NBA. When you fire a coach who's been successful, I would say that it's a very good idea to know who you're going to hire when you do that. And, we've seen that through the course of time where teams feel like they need to upgrade and there's a move that they want to make and they make. I mean, a classic one is Steve Kerr. Mark Jackson was successful. They fired him. They knew who they wanted. They got him. They had to win a bidding war with the Knicks to get him, and the rest is history. I mean, that's your grade A example right there. So they fired a coach, and they didn't know who they were going to hire. And so they've gone through this process. I will say this, though. When they hired Frank Vogel, if you remember who their finalists were, it was Monty Williams, Frank Vogel, and Jason Kidd. It's very similar to the finalists that they have right now, at least the ones that we know about, with guys like Kenny Atkinson and Terry Stotts, coaches who have, Darvin Ham is in there too, and he's definitely got a strong chance, but coaches who have coached elsewhere, who are respected to a degree, and who they're not going to have to pay $10 million a year. And they believe, I've been told this, the Lakers believe that, they thought that their process last time around did pretty well. They first decided on Monty Williams. He turned him down. He's proven to be an excellent choice for Phoenix. They hired a guy who helped them to win a title. And the guy that finished second that they hired as their lead assistant, Jason Kidd, is having a great job in Dallas. So they thought that their process last time worked. So they're working their process this time, and they think it's going to work. We'll see.
Wendy, if the goal is to win a world championship yesterday, does it behoove the Lakers to have a guy like Darvin Ham who doesn't have the head coaching experience, even though we've seen Ime Udoka in his first year with the Boston Celtics lead them to an Eastern Conference Finals? Or are they looking for somebody with more head coaching experience that has been to the playoffs? You talk about a guy like Terry Stotts, or obviously a guy like Kenny Atkinson, who was here with the Brooklyn Nets for a while.
I mean, this is exactly what they're asking themselves, Jay. I mean, look, let's say you were contacted about this job, and they said to you, hey, come in here and interview for us. It's not an easy job at all. It's a really hard job. I mean, it's the Los Angeles Lakers, so you're going to go and you're going to interview and you're going to want it. But you're holding a really difficult hand. And not only that, but the Lakers realize, and I don't think they realize it because they think that there's some sort of miracle out there, but they're looking at having to keep Russell Westbrook because there's not a trade out there for them to do that they can stomach, at least not right now. And so, after you go through the pleasantries, you got to now present your plan of how you're going to make this work with Russell Westbrook. And if you prepared for that coaching interview, you watched Russell Westbrook's exit interview after the last day of the season, where he torched everything that happened, and he torched the concept of him bending at all. It is a bad hand. And then you look at the competitiveness of the West, and you look at the challenges. Your expectation is that you're going to pull some sort of lever and instantaneously make them a contender, when there's probably not going to be a massive change in their roster. That there's this belief that changing just the approach or changing some sort of motivation level is going to get this mix that was an utter failure this year to work. I mean, I do believe that in the NBA that coaching is hiring the right coach is vital, and hitting that is the difference between a lot of times being a contender and being on the outside. But it's not a good job. It's not a good job at all. And I wish I could sit here and tell you that they should do this, or this, or that their thought process is very clean, because it is not.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live